Left side in the middle.
Clevis Murray of The Athletic, Brad, just curious, how proud of you of this team to overcome all the, like, to be resilient, to push the Cavaliers to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and just through all the injuries, through all the naysayers, just to prove everybody wrong and to make it to this point?
You know what's, first of all, just, I feel just privileged to be a part of it, just to be around these guys every day. And I have a small role to play, and everybody that has a role in our organization plays it really well, and it's a lot of fun to go to work every day. And totally appreciative of the players. They've been incredible all throughout our time here. And but I think at the end of the day, again, I think that this team was the only team that I've been around at this level that I thought we might shoot 36% and win the game. But we just had one of those nights, and I thought the biggest moment of the game was when we couldn't extend the lead in the second quarter. And I just felt like it was, we were in really good shape, and then we just couldn't quite extend the lead. And I thought that added to the probably the shooting the rest of the game. But this group was resilient and tough enough to do it anyways, and that's what I loved about being around them every day. When we were, sorry, I'm on a tangent, but when we were, a couple years ago when we were talking about, Danny, puts this whole kind of plan together. It's, we want to be as good and give ourselves as many chances as possible. And when things that are tough happen, we don't want to take big dips. We still want to be incredibly competitive. And this group was like, we had 2 really tough injuries, 3 really tough with Tyson. There was no dip. Like they battled. They were special.
Brad, you said the pain was part of the path. What lessons do they need to take from a game like this if they're in a game like this again?
Well, I think that, we'll go back and watch it, as painful as that will be. But I think ultimately, it's not just one game in a 7-game series. It's not just one possession in a 7-game series. You go back and you look at the whole thing, what you could have done better, what you did differently, But that's part of it. You go back and you analyze it, move on.
Left side, Chris Gasper.
Brad, I know it's really hard to describe everything that could be said about LeBron has probably already been said, but he goes all 48 minutes tonight and delivers the performance that he did. What more can you say about him as a competitor and someone that has to go against him?
He's unbelievable, and I think we've played now till May 25th and May 27th the last 2 years, and we started on September 25th, and that's every day, that you're totally focused on this. And he's gone past that 8 straight times. It's ridiculous. And does it at this level, and with the pressure, with the scrutiny, doesn't matter. It's just unbelievable. Our goal going into the series was to make him exert as much energy as humanly possible, and try to be as good as we can on everybody else who are good players. And for the most part, I thought we were pretty good at that. And multiple games now in TD Garden, held him under 100. 3 games in the 80s, but he still scored 35. It's a joke.
Right hand side, Paul.
Brad, I know you never put any limits on these guys, but was there a part of you that surprised that you made it to Game 7 of the conference finals, considering all the things that happened to you guys this season?
I don't think you ever feel that way, because you, again, don't want to put a ceiling on yourself or your group. And it's funny how the kind of the lens changes when you're sitting up here disappointed. But it's that's how much belief these guys instilled in all of us.
Left side, Steve.
If not now, maybe someday, will it soothe the sting of this at all that plenty of solid basketball people, players, coaches, have sat where you sat because of that guy and his teams? The whole league points to try to stop him, and he just sort of prevails.
Well, and obviously, yeah, and I mean, we've played him 3 times now in the past couple of years, and this was the best we played them by far, and probably best we played him. I give a lot of credit to our players that guarded him, but he's just, he's really, really special, and they got enough from everybody else. And that, Jeff Green was huge the last few games. Just played tremendous. Those threes were huge. Transition baskets were big. And I thought that they gave them. They have with Love out. They had a lot of switchable parts out there. And when we got more tense and tight shooting the ball after we missed some of the open ones, I thought that you could feel them a little bit more.
Mark?
Coach, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. Jason Tatum, pretty unbelievable season for what was a 19-year-old rookie, finished as a 20. The world got to see him during this series, but you got to see him all season long. What is the top note that you take away from just seeing him day to day, like you said, since September 25th?
You can get a lot better. That's the fun part. And, I think there's so many little things that he'll continue to improve upon, but he's not afraid. He's tough-minded, and obviously has a special talent for putting the ball in the basket.
Mark, front row.
Hey, Brad. You talked about not being able to extend the lead in the second quarter. When LeBron is on the other side and you allow him to hang around, how difficult is that?
Yeah, I think that's just a little bit your margin when you're playing against this level of competition in the Eastern Conference Finals, or against champions, against guys that have been there, done that, and against him, because it's not going to be a super high possession game against those guys. So, a 15 or 18 point lead feels pretty significant. But, we just couldn't quite knock them down, and to no fault of anybody, it just happens. You have nights like that, and it'll motivate our guys moving forward. And, and I believed all the way till the last couple that they were all going in, because they just have a special mentality to them.
Final two questions.